We're shifting the paradigm, leveraging the assets, and thinking outside the box as we focus on the great stories behind a few small businesses. That's next on Columbus Neighborhoods.
Support for Columbus Neighborhoods is provided by
At American Electric Power, we've been proud sponsors of WOSU Public Media for many years and strong supporters of our headquarters city here in Columbus, both downtown and in neighborhoods like yours.
State Auto Insurance Companies, serving customers and communities for nearly a century. Today, a technology and transformation company. Risk takers, creators, innovators. A company defined not by its history, but by its people. State Auto. The Columbus Foundation. Smart philanthropy for a smart city. ColumbusFoundation.org. Bailey Cavalieri. Your relationship with your law firm doesn't need to be complicated, it just needs to be right. CODA. Keeps our community moving forward. Falgren Mortine Marketing and Communications. Think wider. Ohio Health focuses on you and your family with a mission to improve the health of our communities. And by contributions from these and other Columbus area families who support WOSU. Thank you.
You probably recognize where we are today, the Flag Lady store on North High Street, where patriotism runs high and proud. Owner Mary Levitt and her daughter, Lori Watson, started this business by selling flags out of Mary's car during the Iranian crisis in 1980. Every small business has a unique story, and the ones we gathered for you today are special because they've moved the needle in some way, which means they've made a notable difference. Our first segment is about the history of the oldest Harley-Davidson dealership in America. The owner who built the business into a powerhouse was a woman who loved to race.
He's the founder of the oldest Harley-Davidson dealership in America. He was a young man who, in the early days of motorcycling, had a fascination with these machines. Started his business in Nelsonville, Ohio. Moved his family and his business to Columbus with a motorcycle and a sidecar when the roads weren't paved. These motorcycles were rough and tumble machines that got people through hill and dale when we didn't have all of these great slabs of blacktop and concrete. While A.D. Pharoah is the namesake of this business and certainly as the founder deserves all the credit, that he tragically died of a kidney disease at a relatively early age. He was 27 years old. And he left his widow, Lily, with a young family and a business. And it was really Lily that brought the business forward through Depression, through World War. She was a grand lady. She ran the business with an iron fist, but she was well loved by customers and all. She was an enthusiast who ran races on the weekend. She was a part of the early history of women's motorcycling, the Motor Maids. Racing was always great fun, and hill climbing in those days was a part of that. And on the weekend, she would go and run the hill climb races up where the reservoirs now exist, where there were very steep embankments there to Allen Creek. And so she did it all. And her role was absolutely unique. It was unprecedented for a woman to be doing what she was doing. I'm sure she did it of necessity, but the record shows that she did it with great love and with great passion. And, being able to hold this thing together and to nurture it through all of that, was really an amazing thing. And I sit behind her desk in there, and I'm reminded, during current hard times, that there have been hard times before, and this business is now 100 years old. It's weathered every storm, and it gives me faith that we'll weather every storm to come.
You've heard of big agriculture. Next was organic farming. Now there's something called micro farming, where local entrepreneurs grow and sell produce for a small number of businesses. This next story profiles one such businessman who started growing mushrooms when he was 7 years old.
Hi, my name is Hilaria Watkins, and my business is called Tiger Mushroom Farms. My first meeting at Cub Scouts, I grew catgrass and basil. And it was so interesting, I wanted to keep growing stuff. Then my parents wondered what could we grow in the winter, and I said mushrooms, because mushrooms can grow in the dark.
So we did some research because we were like, mushrooms, like who knows anything about growing mushrooms? So we bought a box kit, about yay high, put it on the kitchen counter, watched it grow, everyone in the family loved it. And so we tried different types of mushrooms, different varieties, lion's mane, oyster, portobello, white button, and we fell in love with shiitake and oyster mushrooms.
We figured out that shiitake needed to be in a cold environment and oyster needed to be in a hot environment. And our basement was really cold and our spare bedroom was really hot. These are blocks made from sawdust. We put mycelium on it and we have to water it every day so the mushrooms will grow.
And so it myceliates in about 17 days and it starts to pin. And so once it starts to pin, we make sure the humidity is right, make sure the temperature is right, and the lighting in the basement is perfect for it. It loves the environment. And about the 17 days at the end of that, they just, it's ready for us to harvest them. They kind of umbrella out a little bit. You want to get them before they start to curl up because that means you let them stay too late. So we get down here every day and monitor and make sure we harvest the ones that are ready. We harvest twice, in the morning and in the evening time. Like these sawdust blocks, they're just starting maybe 7 days ago. So towards the end, when they're ready to be harvested, the spores will be in the air. I mean, it's almost like a cloud. And so you need to have the mask on to make sure that you're not breathing in the spores because it may cause some type of infections in your lungs and things like that.
We grew too many mushrooms and we couldn't eat them all and they would rot. So we thought that we could sell them at North Markets.
Well, you have to have a vendor's license and then you have to have insurance. So we said we might as well make it a small business. And he was a Tiger Cub Scout, so that's where the name came from, Tiger Mushroom Farms.
I have a question. How do you grow these?
We grow my shiitake from my basement.
So what are the requirements for growing them in your basement?
My shiitake grow from sawdust blocks made from sweet gum and oak.
Going to the markets has really taken them away from the home and being on video games and all of that. So they're out in the open, they're meeting new people, meeting different people, having conversations. I love it. And they're telling him stories and he's telling them stories. So it's just really good to see him just, venture out. And also for my daughter, which is a little shyer than he is, for her to see her confidence level go up as well as talking and selling at the market.
Hello.
Like to try a sample?
And then rejection was one of the things that at first I was a little, concerned about because people come by and they say, no. And I thought it would affect them. So at first I was like, but you know what, we taught them, that's life. You're going to get rejection. And so they deal with it perfectly, I would say.
It's a way to eat the mushrooms,
We started out in one market and then another market, and then people were asking us to bring more mushrooms and come to more markets. And so we're trying to expand.
I would like to build a big giant factory to sell mushrooms all around the world.
Our next step is trying to maybe get a warehouse and grow mushrooms in there so that we can, supply the demand.
I would love to grow morels.
A lot of people, when they come to the market, ask us, do you guys have any morels? I'm like, no. That's his goal now, to try to grow morels. So we'll further along, I guess, experiment and look into it some more and see if in the future he can grow morels.
You can cut up these pink oyster, get bow tie pasta, and get some Alfredo sauce and some tomatoes and spinach, and cut those up and put it in and cook it. It tastes so good.
We are doing this full time now. This is a business that we're trying to help our son grow, and it's something that we will give to him once he's 18 and when he's ready to take it over. We supported him when he had that first little dream of having a mushroom farm. We didn't know anything about it, so it's like a learning curve for us, but it was something he was passionate about. We said, well, we're going to try it, and it just got bigger and bigger, and so we said, hey, let's roll with it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Craft beer is big in Columbus. Ever wonder how we ranked alongside big brewing cities like Portland? Find out about that story and more at Curious C-Bus, where you submit a question online, and if voters agree, we report the story together. Look for stories, submit a question, or log on for a voting round at wosu.org/curious.
Way before social media and just a few years before the internet made our world a much smaller place, Anand Saha and his wife Doris decided to bring the tastes of Austria to Clintonville. It's more than an immigrant story, though. It's a tale of extravagant generosity.
We're at Mozarts Bakery and Piano Cafe in Clintonville. For over 20 years, Mozarts has brought the rich flavors of Austria to Columbus. From a single bite-sized treat to a full cake or torte, each dessert is handcrafted by European-trained chefs. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner are served too, and there's a popular afternoon tea service. Anand and his wife Doris not only make great food, but they both have a strong commitment to support the community in any way they can. Which one should I try first?
Go and try this one. Pear almond.
Okay.
Almond paste.
I love it. Here we go. Oh my God.
That is the famed Sacher torte. My wife does an excellent job with that. This is a signature pastry. As everybody knows about this. This is marzipan peach. This is chocolate cake with a chocolate buttercream icing, with chocolate ganache, and a layer of marzipan. This is my favorite at the moment. It's called the concerto torte. I don't mind sharing, so.
Well, thank you. I don't mind being shared with when it comes to chocolate. All right, here we go.
You get that intense almond. We introduced this torte to celebrate our 21st year in existence.
21 years.
21.
Now your restaurant is beautiful. What's the history of this building?
It was built as a restaurant in the 40s and 50s called the Beachfront Tavern. What we've done in this building is to make it look like what it looked 70 years ago.
When you started, did you see all of this, or what did you see when you started 21 years ago?
I studied in Switzerland and lived in Austria for a while, where I met my wife and got married and wanted to pursue the American dream. And we found this little bakery down in Clintonville called G. Antonio's, and at that time we had only 3 tables and 6 chairs, and I wanted to do something different. I wanted to call it Mozarts because of my wife's upbringing in Austria, and music being my passion, we thought it'll be a perfect marriage. We have pastries and music, and that's how it started.
Music and pastries. Music to your ears and music to your mouth.
That's correct.
Now Columbus is growing and expanding, but that also means like a lot of chain restaurants and bigger stores are coming in. How do you compete or survive or even stay relevant with all this growth?
We just have to reach out to the community and give people your best product. And my customers like seeing that I'm here, the owner of the business is there every single day, either bussing a table or talking to them. I mean, none of those big box can get that to you. That's going to keep me around for a long time.
So the community is taking good care of you.
The community has taken fantastic care of me, and and we've done our part in giving back to the community too.
And well, yeah, you and your wife do a lot with working in the community and giving back. What are some things that you all are involved in?
We've done the Clintonville Resource Center fundraising for them since last 21 years. I remember the first fundraiser we did for them, we took in $80, and we've raised over $400,000 for this organization.
You're involved in something that has to do with Legos? What is that?
I formed an organization called, a nonprofit called Million Lego for Kids, where we collect Legos and we give it to after-school programs. We also started something called the Young Mozart Scholars Fund. We collect musical instruments and different supplies, music supplies, and send it to the high-poverty schools here in Columbus.
So you've been in business for 21 years. That's a long time. So you've got to have some wisdom when it comes to having a big dream about starting a business or being an entrepreneur. Like, what advice would you give to people that are just starting out with a big dream?
Stick with it and don't give up. You know, stick with it and find a nonprofit and be a part of that nonprofit.
Why? Like, why do you think it's important that we give back to our communities?
It's our duty to take care of our community at this point.
And it looks like it's been worth it.
It's definitely been worth it. I mean, I still have the same passion that I've had 21 years ago. I come into work every day smiling, but by the time I leave, I'm tired. But I come the next day to another challenge.
Well, Anand, thank you so much for letting us be here and letting me taste some of your amazing pastries. I really had a great time with you today.
Well, thank you so much too. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
There were high hopes for the cap that was built over I-71 in the King-Lincoln district. On paper, it resembled the cap along High Street in the Short North that moved the needle in a big way because it brought businesses and foot traffic to the area. Now let's see what's happened to the cap on East Long Street and hear about some ideas to improve it.
John, about 5 years ago, we did a documentary at WOSU on the state of on King Lincoln. And there was a lot of buzz back then. New buildings were going up. The atmosphere was changing. The mood was changing in terms of how this area was going to be revitalized, if you will, and how it was going to change. What is the mood of King Lincoln now?
Well, the mood is pretty much the same. The expectations have slowed down because 5 years ago, a city impressed upon us that they were going to make great investments in this area. I had hoped to see more restaurants, more housing, additional businesses into the area, capital improvements by way of water lines and Wi-Fi and things of that nature that would improve the neighborhood. I expected that the abandoned houses would be less in number than they are, but unfortunately, it seems as if the efforts have all but stopped over here.
One of the things, John, I think we were talking about the last time that we were here was about this Long Street cap, which we're on now, about its benefit in bringing people into the community and taking part in some of the businesses down Long Street.
Correct.
How has that worked out?
Well, the cap was two phases. One was the cultural wall. And the cultural wall, as you recall, embodies some of the people that contributed to the community in one way or another. That has been a great success in my opinion. The other phase is to develop the other side of the cultural wall into businesses like the Short North and I-670. There's been no talk about that ever happening, and I don't have any great expectation that it will happen. So I'm real concerned that there's been no discussion.
Now the businesses down the street, we've got a florist down there, we've got a barber shop, we've got several new businesses down there since we did the documentary. What do the merchants think? What is their take on the whole thing?
I think the merchants have the same concern. They are not dependent upon city help. They're independent entrepreneurs. They're doing it on their own. But in order for them to survive, they need more progress over here. You can't be on an island. You can't be the only florist. You can't be the only restaurant. It's pretty much what we had 5 years ago is what we have today. It's just that simple.
John, you want it to be great here. You want this whole area to be great. Why? What can we look forward to in the next 5 years?
Everybody that lives over here deserves a decent, safe, and sanitary environment, and they deserve to have everything everybody else has. This community was built upon mom and pop shops. We want those mom and pop shops back, but we want a variety of them that serve the needs. I want to be able to walk out of my house, go down the street and get a cup of coffee. I want to go down the street and buy a magazine. I want to go down the street and buy a fresh egg. The difference between downtown and my community is a zip code, and it shouldn't be that way. It just shouldn't be that way. We should all be treated equally.
"43210. It's one of the nation's most intriguing zip codes. How'd it come to Columbus? Find out about that story and more at Curious C-Bus, where you submit a question online, and if voters agree, we report the story together. Look for stories, submit a question, or log on for a voting round at wosu.org/curious.
I'm a member of Church for All People and work at Community Development for All People, and there is an interest at Church and Community Development to bring community together cross divides to foster health and wellness on the South Side out of a love of our community.
And the people who work there spend a lot of time in the neighborhood, and the observation was made that there's a lot of people riding bikes on the South Side, maybe more than anywhere else in the city except maybe campus. And we were seeing the same people on the same routes every day, which tells you that people are using their bikes for their regular daily transportation. And the other observation that was made is there's no bike shops south of I-70 until you get out to Canal Winchester. And so there really wasn't anywhere for people to get their bikes fixed without having to leave the neighborhood. So people started meeting and conversing about how we might address that issue, and this bike shop is what came out of those conversations. We call this a community bike shop. We run a regular bike shop. We do repairs for fee. We sell accessories and tires and tubes and all the stuff that people need to kind of keep their bikes rolling on a daily basis. We do a lot of that stuff on a sliding scale honor system though, so that people can pay what they can afford. And then we sell used refurbished bikes that are donated to us. Kids' bikes that get donated, most of those get refurbished and given away at no cost to the kids and their families. By the end of this year, we will have given away about 500 kids' bikes since we opened 2 years ago. We are part of a bigger program in Columbus called I Am My Brother's Keeper. I Am My Brother's Keeper is an initiative of the Kirwan Institute at OSU and Franklin County Job and Family Services to provide support and services to African American middle school boys who live on the South Side. So we get groups of 4 boys at a time who will spend 8 to 10 weeks with us. They get to pick out a bike from our storage, and then they get to take it apart, put it back together, learn how to maintain it and fix it. And then for the last couple of weeks that they're with us, we go out and ride and teach them safe riding on the road. And when they're done with that program, they get to take the bike home that they've worked on. They get a brand new helmet, a brand new lock, and then they get $20 to spend in the bike shop. That program has worked so well that we got a grant this year that we'll spend next summer to do that program for other demographics. We've had girls and white kids and kids who are younger and kids who are older say, "Can I do that program?" It's like, well, no. So now we don't have to say no.
When my husband and I moved to Columbus, it was important to us to be part of a diverse neighborhood. The racial, ethnic, economic diversity, all of those things were important. And so that's part of the vision for the bike shop, is bring people together across traditional cultural divides. So we have hard-living folks that use their bikes as their primary transportation, bike commuters like myself, families that cycle for fun and for exercise. And so can we be that place that brings those folks together? We do rides throughout the riding season in the spring, summer, and fall. And we see on those rides people from many different backgrounds coming together for the love of cycling.
Our parent organization, Church and Community Development for All People, is very concerned about the overall health of this community. We do a lot of work around infant mortality reduction. We're right next door to a fresh produce market that's also owned by Church and Community Development, and it's part of a bigger initiative that we have here called HEAL, which stands for Healthy Eating and Living. So the bike shop, we're trying to integrate into a lot of other things that happen around here, where we're teaching people how to use healthy foods. We're giving them access to healthy foods. We're giving them ways to access health care and all kinds of things like that that contribute to an overall healthier lifestyle. It already is really a community bike shop. It's not just the church's bike shop, and it's not just my bike shop, but it really is the product of a whole lot of people who are interested in what happens here, who are interested in the South Side.
Thanks for being with us. And remember, you can catch all of our episodes on columbusneighborhoods.org. Plus, see our stories on the WOSU mobile app. And you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'll see you back here next week on Columbus Neighborhoods.
Oh, bless me, oh my song, Lord. One I've been singing all my life. One that the folks at home could never abide. Well, tried to get to you in time. Be a poet witness to the climb. Proud my blood, my kin would strike me down. Their way of life would have killed me. This one's gonna be my motorbike. Yeah, this one's gonna be the one that I ride. This one's gonna get me
Support for Columbus neighborhoods is provided by
At American Electric Power, we've been proud sponsors of WOSU Public Media for many years and strong supporters of our headquarters city here in Columbus, both downtown and in neighborhoods like yours.
State Auto Insurance Companies, serving customers and communities for nearly a century. Today, a technology and transformation company. Risk takers, creators, innovators. A company defined not by its history, but by its people. State Auto. The Columbus Foundation. Smart philanthropy for a smart city. ColumbusFoundation.org. Bailey Cavalieri. Your relationship with your law firm doesn't need to be complicated, it just needs to be right. CODA. Keeps our community moving forward. Falgren Mortine Marketing and Communications. Think wider. Ohio Health focuses on you and your family with a mission to improve the health of our communities. And by contributions from these and other Columbus area families who support WOSU. Thank you.